Welcome to the City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? The reason we do this show is to inform you, educate you, maybe entertain you a little bit. Try to keep you up to date what's going on. If you need to get in touch with me, all the information is on the bottom of the screen. You got a situation with your city hall in Hudson County, I can help you. Got a problem with the county, I can help you. Consumer issues, we're very good at that. You got a news story, send me an email. I'm trying not to tap. We did the debates last week and people were bothering me about my nervous little twitches I have, and one of them is tapping a pen. But I'm trying not to do that. Any way I can help you, just reach out for me. Follow us on Facebook, love us on YouTube, join us on Twitter, all that good stuff. Now, in Jersey City tonight, we will be doing our 5th debate this season. It is the Ward E debate between the seated councilman, James Solomon, against his opponent, the Hudson County Municipal Prosecutor, Jake Hudnick. And they went at it 4 years ago when they were both running for Ward E. Of course, James Solomon was victorious. He got into the runoff. Jake didn't make it. So this is round 2 for these two guys. They've been going at it pretty good. If you're a downtown resident, probably even if you're a Hoboken resident, you may want to watch this because a lot of similarities between Ward E and Hoboken. You know, Solomon has been very busy on the internet with all his plans he had. Again, they all sound like good plans. But when you're 1 of 9, I don't know how you can institute all these plans. He's talking a lot of reforms on how to change Ward E and Jersey City itself. So you'll see some of those questions hopefully tonight as we go forward with the tonight Ward E debate. That's at 6 o'clock. Remember, love us on Facebook, like us, and all that other stuff. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County. Because your heart doesn't beat just for you, so get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Did you know Jersey City was one of the first in the country to take action on the coronavirus? Face masks mailed to everyone. The first to offer free COVID testing. And Mayor Fulop also got direct cash relief to help residents pay rent and small businesses stay open. Now he's working to vaccinate as many residents as possible, with vaccine centers in every neighborhood and free Uber rides for seniors. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back. Pat O Melia here. You there? Let me go over what we're going to discuss tonight. We're going to talk about the 4 debates that we have produced so far. I'm really amazed at the amount of views that they've received on live stream and YouTube. We don't have the live numbers from Comcast. After about 90 years, the new Woodpen Bridge is opened this weekend. The old one is going to start being dismantled. And we're going to talk about the Lowe Theater, which is about 90 years ago also, that it opened, and it's going to close for a few years for renovations. Then we're going to do some quick hits. The electric season starting early in Bayonne. There's been video trucks out there already, but we'll get into that. The debates we produced so far, A in Jersey City, A, B, C, and D. You know, again, I don't know how well they did live, but I'm tracking the numbers once we post them to our websites. And comparing to the numbers to what we did 4 years ago with the debates is night and day. In Ward A, again, we don't have, if these shows are live on Comcast 190, the channel you're watching right now, so we don't have those numbers. But after we place these shows on their streaming platforms, whether it be our website, YouTube, live stream, and when you're talking about something Kim Kardashian puts out there where she gets thousands of views or likes, in civics, you don't get a lot. Who's watching debates? Civic-minded people, and also the political hacks, they watch this. Hopefully, people who are watching it on the live broadcast, we're informing. I don't know how many people are going to go back and look at the shows once it's placed, but as we go forward, but a lot of people are, which is really amazing me. The Ward A debate, after we put it on the YouTube and our other streaming platforms, did 353 views so far. Again, we have debates from 4 years ago that did like 40 views, so that's pretty good. The Ward B debate, that's the Marion section, 486 views. Now again, in the big scheme of things in social media, not a lot, but for a local civic broadcast, that's pretty damn good. Ward C, that's the superstars here, 778 views, and Ward D, 309. Now, I moderated Ward C, so that might be the reason, right? No, there was 3 candidates. There was a lot of attention on that. There was a lot of controversy because I'm a friend of Richie Borgiano. We've known each other, I don't know, for 30 some odd years, I guess. And one of the candidates took exception to my friendship with Richie Borgiano, and I had endorsed him 4 years ago. He's my friend, and whoever I endorsed 4 years ago has nothing to do with this election cycle. I will be making endorsements. It might be Richie, you never know. He is my friend of 30 years. Like I said, we don't have the numbers from the live broadcast, but I'm telling you, these did really well. And there's going to be a lot of the bites of the apple, because we're going to tweet these out again, and we'll put them on a tweet and the Instagram so people can be reminded that if you're making a decision in Ward B or Ward F or Ward A, you can go back and review what the candidate's stand was, what their platform is. Did you like how they answered the questions? How did they handle the pressure of the debate? You can see all that. It's truly the best measurement of who should be your next elected official. Like I say, in the debate, we're trying to give you the opportunity to make an informed decision on November the 2nd. When you go into the voting booth, I'm going in the voting booth. Early voting starts on the 23rd. I'm going in, well, you don't throw the lever anymore. You press the button. You poke it, then you press the big button. I like doing it in person. I'm still that type of voter. And like I said, Ward C did a lot, but there was a lot of controversy. And like I said, people were taking some shots at me for moderating it. Let me tell you something. There isn't anyone in Jersey City or in Hudson County who has more experience moderating, producing live televised debates than me. Going back to my radio days with the Jersey City talking show and the Hudson County talking show, we did debates on the radio, which is completely different than debates on TV. You don't get to see the people on the radio, of course. I don't know how many debates I've produced or moderated, but it is quite a few. So anybody taking shots at me, believe me, there is no more experienced moderator in Hudson County than me. And I do believe I call it down the line, even though some of the people, I believe they were the progressives, took shots at me for talking with Richie Borgiano during the debate. Well, if you notice, I talk to everybody during the debate. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings. It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
We're back. City Show here. Pat O Melia there. Pat O Melia here. You there. I almost said I was there. Well, I am looking at myself on a monitor. In all my life, there was this big black wood pen bridge going to Route 7, crossing the Hackensack River. And I had spent a good portion of my life going over that bridge. Whether I was going over as a kid, we would go over. We used to swim in the Hackensack River on the other side of the bridge. We'd do some crabbing over there. As you got older, it was a good place for you and your date to go. You could park your car off to the side, have some privacy there. There was a lot of things. And what we didn't realize as kids was there was cement embankments there that we were hanging out and we were crabbing off and we were jumping off all that stuff. What that was the original bridge. Now, you and I know the Black Bridge, the Woodpen Bridge, again, going from the Tunley Circle over to Route 7. There was a nice new one, a nice modern one with like 12-foot lanes, and it has shoulders, and it has a divider in the middle. I think it even had a bike lane. You could take a bike over there. Originally, there was another bridge. Now, this one that they're going to start taking down was 90-some-odd years old. Before that, there's the new Woodpen Bridge right there. There was one in that same spot that they demoed and built the one that they're taking down. And I never realized that until probably somewhere in my mid-20s or so. And all the guys, we're going back to revisit our childhoods. We all go back over to the bridge, and we got a couple cases of beer. We're hanging out, drinking. And, we're just hanging out on these cement embankments. It was only on the Kearney side that they had the cement ones, I believe. I don't think we had them on the Jersey City side. It was like a super low tide that day. And you can see in the water, the other pieces of concrete from the embankments and metal rebar and all that we were jumping in for years and years. How we did not hit any of this is beyond me. But there was an original bridge. They knocked that one down, built the one we have now, and that one's about to come down. So that's progress for you. All those years, this one's been up like 90-some-odd years. I don't know how long the one before that is. And what's weird about looking at these bridges, I'm so used to looking at black bridges. Like every bridge, you look at the Skyway, it's black. You look at the Woodpen Bridge, it's black. You look at the Carson Bridge over in Jersey City coming off Communipore Avenue. That one's black. You remember back in the war, in World War II, we were painting all these bridges black so if the Nazis were coming to bomb us, they couldn't see the bridges. It is so weird to look at, like the Woodpen Bridge here, it's bright colors. You look at the new Tappan Zee of the new Verrazano Bridge, these are all really good-looking bridges and bright. It's funny, when people describe the Woodpen Bridge, the one we all grew up with, as a white-knuckle experience driving home, I never thought twice about going over that bridge. Maybe because I guess because we grew up here. It was never an issue to go over that bridge. Back and forth, back and forth. Even, the other one by Communipore Avenue. It was never an issue going back and forth to those bridges. But if you think about it, I think the old Tunley Circle and the Charlotte Circle were better than the redesigns. Since they redesigned them, they're very hard to negotiate those circles. Actually, not even circles again. But if you have a certain age and you remember the old Tunley Circle and the old Charlotte Circle, a lot easier getting around than it is now. And what's really amazing is now they said 10 years to build this bridge, which is probably right. But this is all part of one huge infrastructure plan. It started with 139, the undercovered roadway. We did all that, the undercovered part and the above part, going through Jersey City. You did the new overpass that takes you from the Tunley Circle down to what will be the Woodpen Bridge. It took out most of my part of Jersey City, Dog Patch. As we built that new overpass, you lost Lost Avenue, you lost Covert Street to that. The Skyway rehabilitation, that was all part of this project, and that project right there with the new Woodpen Bridge. There was like billions of dollars spent here, and hopefully it moves the traffic, it makes everything safer. But like I said, again, being of a certain age, I never had an issue with the old Tunley Circle, never had an issue with the Charlotte Circle, never had an issue with the old Woodpen Bridge either. So to me, I guess if you grew up in that environment and you grew up driving on those roads, I guess you just get used to it. I suppose with traffic designers and engineers, they're designing a far better bridge and circles. But to me, I think it was easier to get around the old circles than the new ones with these redesigns. And a lot of people agree with me. But I just wanted to point out, this is all part of one huge infrastructure program. Like I said, the 139 to the Woodpen Bridge, to the path, to the overpass, to the 2 new circles. A lot of money spent there that came from gasoline fuel taxes. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
When you have 3 children who are police officers, you worry about them every day. But you are also proud. Under Mayor Fulop, 70% of new officers in Jersey City have been minorities. Mayor Fulop also upgraded our public safety cameras with over 200 new cameras and body cameras on officers, protecting citizens and police officers. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
We're back, City Show here, you there. And since we were talking about a 90-some-odd-year-old bridge, let's talk about another 90-some-odd-year-old project. The Lowe's Theater on Journal Square. Next week, I think on the 11th to the 12th, the Lowe's will close to the public for about 2, probably 3 years, for finally the renovation of the theater. It is finally beginning. The Friends of the Lowe's saved this theater, back in the 90s, and thankfully they did. What's going to happen is the Devils, the company that owns the hockey team, the Devils, I believe the Philadelphia 76ers, they manage the Prudential Center in Newark. They're going to become the managing partner of the Lowe's Theater, and they're also going to be in charge of the renovations and refurbishment of the theater. The city and Devils, I think it's DEA they're called. I don't know how they're splitting the bill on this, if they're splitting the bill, who's paying for it. But finally, the theater is going to become a turnkey operation, something the FOL envisioned back in the 90s when they saved that building. The trick to this is staying within historic guidelines. That is historic designated building. Registered with the state, the feds, it's registered everywhere. The construction crew that is going to be doing the renovations, update, and modernization of the Lowe's has some experience with the older theater. They also did the renovations of the sister building. There were 4 Wonder Theaters. Our theater here in Jersey City is one. There was another one in Brooklyn, the Lowe's Brooklyn Lowe's. They just opened that a couple of years ago. Don't hold me to it, but the price to renovate that thing was like $160 million, somewhere around there. I think there's always, the numbers bounce back and forth, but somewhere around 140 to 160 million to renovate it. This building isn't going to cost anywhere near that. Why? Because in Brooklyn, they didn't have an FOL group that saved the building from the wrecking ball, stabilized the building, maintained the building, operated the building within its capabilities. They didn't let the roof fall in. They didn't let the elements get inside the building. They didn't let scavengers come in and rip out the wiring and the copper and the piping and steal the chandeliers and all the fixtures and all that. The FOL saved that building in more ways than just stopping the wrecking ball. They saved it from the elements. They saved the people of Jersey City probably $100 million at least, maybe $120 million in tax dollars that will go to renovate this. Somewhere along the line, tax dollars are going to be utilized in this. Now, the FOL is going to be charged with the responsibility, some of the responsibility, I don't know, complete, of making sure the renovations of the building follow the historic guidelines. You know, the difference between these two buildings, the Jersey City Lowe's and the Brooklyn Lowe's, is this is still a time capsule. You walk in, you're walking into 1929. You know, there's still the, what we call a Frankenstein electrical wall is still there, where you threw all these levers and things happen. That's still there. Everything is pretty much still there from 1929. The orchestra pit goes up and down and all that. The Lowe's Brooklyn was a disaster. There wasn't a lot of history to preserve, where here in the Lowe's Jersey, there is an entire building of history that preserved. From the tapestry on the walls to the semi-cotta fixtures going around the library, the lobby, all that has to be maintained and preserved. And people forget, you know, that Lowe's Theater goes down about 4 floors or so. If you ever walking along Journal Square and you cross over the bridge, and yes, there is a bridge there. You probably don't notice it, but there's a bridge. You look to the side, you see how far down that Lowe's Theater goes. People think it's just the main floor. No, there's a whole nother city under there. Because at one time, the live shows, the performers used to live in the building. They slept there, they rehearsed there, they got their meal there, they had dinners there, there was a radio station in there. There's a lot below that the public normally doesn't get to see, and hopefully, when all is renovated, they will. Once the theater is completed, the FOL will return. They will do their 50-some-odd shows a year for the civics and the neighborhood associations and for the city. Hopefully, going forward, this is an excellent partnership. It's a 3-way deal here. You got the Devil's Organization, the FOL, and the city, and hopefully all 3 will respect each other. Hopefully, they all respect your taxpayer dollars that are going to go into that. But Journal Square is finally going through its renaissance. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back, City Show. Like I said, the city of Jersey City and its residents owe one huge debt of gratitude to the Friends of the Lowe's for saving that magnificent building. It didn't suffer the same fate of the Brooklyn Lowe's or the State. Remember the State Theater? Collapsed because there was no Friends of the State Theater. All right, quick hit. It's starting early in Bayonne. It's not even the election season yet. But Bayonne, right now, we're concentrating on our local elections. You got the assembly, you got the state. That's why I don't like having the elections, all of them in November. You got the assembly, you got, all the state seats are up, the governor's up, the lieutenant governor. We kind of get lost in the sauce, an old Jersey City saying there from Muller's Egg Noodles. That's why I like it when the municipal elections were in May. And don't give me a crap about saving money. That's the only thing we're saving money on is elections. And I doubt if we're saving money on it doing this way. But on November 3rd, all attention will be on Bayonne. It is going to be one hotly contested election, and it's starting early already. There is a D.C. PAC from Washington that is attacking Davis on the internet For that matter, I think John Hennis on Hudson County View. You could see the YouTube video. I don't want to play that here on my show. Attacking Jimmy Davis. And somebody had rented one of those video trucks to ride around a football game in Bayonne, where Jimmy Davis was in attendance, running this ad. And it's talking about all the things that blaming Jimmy Davis for. The garbage contract, he might be involved in that. Could be him. Water contract, yeah, you can't blame Jimmy Davis on that. Smitty did that before Jimmy got in there. Higher taxes, that you can go after Jimmy Davis on. Dirty streets, you can go after Jimmy. He's the mayor. That's the basics. The hospital issue, you can go after Jimmy Davis on that. That's me putting that one in there. Various lawsuits, there are quite a few of them. If you've seen on Jimmy Hennis's show, Hudson County Live, you've seen the woman that is the BA from Bayonne outlining a lot of the issues that generated these lawsuits. So Jimmy's got a lot to defend. And it'll be interesting to see how this campaign turns out. I believe his councilwoman, council at large, the council president actually, Sharon, will be running against him. Like I said, come November 3rd, all the attention will be on Bayonne. The many saints of Newark, the Sopranos. Really, that's soprano music here. I got to see it over the weekend as James Gandolfini and his son, who portrays him in the Many Saints of Newark. I enjoyed it immensely. I'm a Sopranos fan. I'm not one of those over-the-top Sopranos fans that, you know, they'd rather watch the Sopranos than breathe air. You know, you get a lot of them. I enjoy the show. I like to be entertained. I will say this much. Whoever did the casting for the Many Saints of Newark should win an Oscar. There is no doubt when you see these individuals 30, 40 years before the Soprano characters that you know and love, you get, right away, you know who they are. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, the likeness, the mannerisms, the voices. I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to be a spoiler or do a spoiler alert here. But whoever did the casting deserves a tremendous amount of credit. And I understand there is a North Bergen actor who's in there. You know, maybe we'll bring him into the studio and interview him on this. But there's a gentleman from North Bergen who's in the show, and actually he's in quite a few of the scenes. So go, it's on HBO Max. I've seen it on HBO Max. It's in the theater. It didn't do well in the theater. It did about $5 million. And I don't know how TV shows translate well to the theater. I know we're bringing a lot of the superheroes in there. Charlie Angel did all right, but you know, this was kind of a niche show, especially for Jersey people. It was a much-watched show. I have jury duty on the 12th. I will be doing it from the studio. It's done virtually. You'd think I would have been excused from that, but you. And starting yesterday here in Jersey City, the second level, the second stage of the rental assistance program is in place. The relief program started on October 4th. It goes through the 18th. Go to the city's website, apply, and this is now, the first phase was mom and pop. The second phase is multiple dwellings, people who own multiple buildings in Jersey City. If you're a landlord, you can file on behalf of your tenant. Make sure you file. Get the money you're owed here. This is really should be landlord assistance because that's who's owed the money. Go to the city website. If you're a landlord, you're a tenant, you're behind in it, do it now. Get up there, put in your information, and hopefully you get some money. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.